Hey Cancers, welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. Thanks so much for joining me today. I think it's gonna. Okay, so we got the Queen, Agape, the Medallion, the Venom, and the Forest. Cancers. I mean, the Venom is the idea that, there's just like people who are spewing nasty, right? It's just like talking shit nonstop. I don't really know how that ties into all the rest of this, so we'll do clarifiers, but the Forest is the idea of moving into uncharted territory. The Queen is the idea of influence. Agape is the idea of like an internal understanding. And the Medallion is the idea of going for a prize. And so I feel like there's an idea here of you really, I kind of want to say like self-talk, right? I mean, Agape is the idea of really having like an understanding and alignment with yourself, aligning your energy, aligning your with your life, and Cancers, I don't know if this is you or if this is somebody else or a group of people that you're dealing with, but I feel like there's an idea here of really just discovering your value in spite of what people are saying, in a way that's really, I want to say, encouraging you to really go for what you want, even though what you want is something that is different than what you've done before. I mean, the Force is the idea of, it's like paths not yet, like walked, so you're kind of figuring it out. But the Forest is full of friends and enemies alike. And I think it's just kind of this idea of like, when you know yourself, you're going to attract people who are aligned with you. And I kind of want to say that you haven't really been aligned well with people. Cancers, we've just been in this state of isolation, of discovery, of, just like being more particular about who we allow in our lives. I know Cancers, we tend to be very much, people pleasers just by nature. And I think that there's come a point in life where we've just kind of been like, okay, like I need to start practicing discretion about who I let into my life, why I let them into my life, because everything is an energy exchange. And if you're surrounding yourself with people who are constantly just like feeding off of your energy and criticizing everything that you do because they feel threatened by you, so they just need to like nitpick you, right? And it's like, okay, well, you're missing the point of everything that I'm saying, but you're focused on something that doesn't even matter, right? The Devil, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. Ugh. I mean, yes, again, it's just this idea of like people who are just, I want to say, just picking on you, just like nitpicking every little thing you do, like whether it's silly things like the way that you pronounce a word, or just the way that you approach life, or just kind of like, I don't agree with you, so I'm going to be angry at you, and then I'm going to tell you that you're an angry person and you don't like people and you're antisocial. And it's like, I feel like there's just kind of like this, okay, like it's gone on long enough. It's time to start practicing discretion about who I let into my life and why I allow them in my life. And the Nine of Pentacles is kind of the idea of like a job offer, a new opportunity. And I want to say it's an opportunity that opens you up to an entirely different kind of community than you've ever been a part of, right? I mean, that's good. That's fantastic. Okay. Because I think that's been a goal, I mean, I know for Cancers, like relationships are a big thing in our lives. People are important. Family is important. And it's just kind of this idea of not having had the opportunity to really invest in people who will invest in you, right? Okay, Cancers. Let's see what else we can get for y'all. Strength, the Six of Swords, the Empress, the High Priestess, the Hierophant, whatever, and the Two of Swords. Again, I feel like it's just this idea of you making a decision to say like, okay, like I'm done with dealing with people who are just petty and insecure and, angry. I feel like just for me, a lot of it's been, like sorting through my own anger and my own frustrations with experiences in life. And so it's just kind of this idea of like, okay, if like people show you who they are right away, you know what I mean? And if not right away, fairly quickly. And I think there's this idea of you really not having to really deal with constantly having to like watch your back or be aware. And cancers, we're empaths, right? So we already are aware of how people are feeling about a situation or feeling about us. Sometimes I think people forget, like, I'm psychic. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. But again, it's this idea of like, I have lots of life experience. I have an intuition that can't be touched. And I have a lot of experience. I mean, I love this one because it's the idea of like, ever the student, ever the teacher. And cancers, it's like, I feel like there's an idea of, and I know this has always been a thing for me, people just like think that I'm a lot younger than I am. And so they treat me like I'm a lot younger than I am. And I'm like, about that. You know what I mean? Like, I've acquired a wealth of experience. I've acquired a wealth of knowledge, and I've combined that with my intuition. It's kind of like this fusing together of all of the, like of all of who you are, so that you can make decisions moving forward that are going to allow you to really see your way out of this nastiness that I think you've just been drawing to you, right? It's like, I got to clear out all of the ick so that the ick in other people isn't drawn to me, which is great. I love that. Okay, let's see what else we can get for my Cancers. Two of Cups. The Knight of Pentacles again. Yeah, I mean, the Three of Swords and the Hermit, again, that's just kind of this energy that we've been in when you're clearing house, when you're cleaning house, especially just like internally. A lot of external factors have to go, like, are you somebody who just runs off at the mouth at me? Are you somebody who throws me under the bus the second you get the chance? Are you somebody who doesn't have anything beneficial to offer other than just like nitpicking every little thing that I do, right? And it's kind of like when you are constantly coming into communities of people or just individuals who literally, they don't have anything to bring to the table other than just tearing you down and criticizing you, right? Like there's been a lot of that in our lives, but I feel like you're really, I mean, you've got the King of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles twice. This is the idea of a whole lot of, financial security, financial abundance, financial opportunities. And so I feel like in this cleaning of your energy, you're opening yourself up to a lot of opportunity. And the Two of Cups is the idea of, like a partnership, whether this is a friendship or like a romantic relationship. I feel like what this is really saying is that you've been doing a lot of the internal work. You've been cutting out a lot of the negativity. You haven't been dealing with people who are just, like they're just like you can feel when people's energy is like it's anxious and it's ready to pounce, and I feel like Cancers, you've been more in alignment with yourself, and so you've been able to really just decipher who's there because they like, I don't know. I mean, it's like people always want to say, well, I'm friendly and I'm this and I'm that and I wanted to be your friend and I wanted to do this. But like the reality of it is, no, they saw that people were drawn to you. They saw that you had a gift. They saw that you had something to bring to the table, and they didn't actually want to, enhance that or develop that or grow with that. They just wanted to feed off of it, nitpick it, and make themselves feel better by making you look worse. But like in all reality, they don't know what they're talking about because they don't have that wealth of knowledge. They don't have that level of understanding and insight, and just deciphering that so that you know which way you want to go because you've got something that you want, that you're going for, which is fantastic. And I kind of get the feeling, Cancers, that you're not going to be doing it alone. That you're expanding in a really big way. and you're pulling on all of your gifts and your talents to utilize those to really move forward in a big way, which love from a Cancers. Okay, let's do one last card and we'll call it read, or two. A Bardo and a Nima Mundi. Yeah, because I kind of get the feeling it's just like this state of in between. Like, I don't need you to say this to my face to know that that's the energy that's at play, right? And I feel like there's an idea of just really having an understanding of like how it is that you came into this level of discernment, and trusting your intuition, trusting that knowing that you have, that it might not be tangible, but it's it's everything that's in your spirit, right? It's everything that's saying to you like, this is no longer okay. This is no longer acceptable. This is no longer a path that I'm willing to go down. And I'm not willing to go down it because I'm already aware of all the ways that this is going to play out, right? It's just, I feel like there's just an idea here of a high level of awareness, a point in time in our lives where we've really pulled away because we've just felt heartbroken. We felt exhausted. We felt, like there's no real good direction to step in because there's no solid foundation anywhere. It's just a bunch of crumbles, and people trying to sell you an idea that's ultimately lacking in a lot of ways. And coming into your abundance, being offered an opportunity to really stand in your abundance, to have that fulfillment that you're seeking, emotionally, but also financially. And I love that for you guys. But I feel like there is just this very real decision that you've been making to, cut away with the nasty and, trust in your own abundance, trust in your own knowledge, and trust in your own intuition, because you better than anybody else does. And so you have to be the one who establishes those boundaries. You have to be the one who says, I am or am not willing to accept this, energy into my life because, like it'll drain you. It'll suck you dry. And that's you're never going to accomplish anything if you allow yourself to be constantly drained by people who are just seeking to feed off of your energy, and feed off of your knowledge, but don't offer anything in return other than criticism and nonsense. So I love that, Cancers. I'm so glad that we're finally moving into a place where we are aligned with our own purpose enough that we're able to really start accepting, what it is that we deserve. Because a lot of times, there's either that idea of like, well, I can help them and I can, but if you're busy helping everybody else, you're not helping yourself. And if you're not full, you can't fill other people up. And if you only surround yourself with people who need to take, then again, you're never getting anything in return. And I feel like that's been a really big lesson for us, Cancers, that we've been learning. And practicing discernment has been, like a challenge that we've accepted, and we've stepped up to the plate. And, we've stayed true to our intuition and our knowledge and our experience. And I think that's fantastic. I love this. I hope it resonates with y'all. Thank you so much for spending some time with me, and I will see you again soon. Bye.